Hi, it's Shane from LePage Plant Healthcare. Today I want to show you how to identify 3 very common pine trees that you might find in ornamental landscapes in Red Deer and Calgary. Let's get started. So the first one is a very common mugo pine, and the way to tell this one is a combination of things. David, if you have a look at the cones, they're very round, sort of short, stubby and round, and obviously it's a shrub-like form. And the other thing is it's a 2-needle pine. So what does that mean? Well, each one of these little clusters has a number of needles on it, and mugo has 2. So the next one is a Scotch pine, and actually they're normally a much larger tree. This one has been deliberately pruned like this over the years. It's called a Nowaki, which in Japanese basically just means it's a landscape tree. But I'll show you one of the most interesting ways of determining if this is a Scotch pine. It's actually the bark. Take a look at the bark and you see how flaky and light and flaky it is, and also the color, this sort of bright orange color. It's very telltale of Scotch pine. Unfortunately, there aren't any cones. This isn't a cone producing tree, but even with the bark itself, that's one good way to tell. It's also another 2-needle pine. So you just have a look at one of these little bundles, and each one has 2 needles on it. Okay, the last one I want to look at today is the ponderosa pine, which is pretty cool. It actually has the longest needles of any of the pine trees that we deal with here. They're about 4 inches long. 3-needle pine, as you can see on the bundle, and that's the form. It's very, very drought tolerant, so it's great for the prairies, because we don't get a lot of water sometimes in any of the places. One other thing I should mention about the ponderosa pine is, although this one's too young and it isn't producing cones yet, when they do produce, the cones can be the size of my fist or even greater. So long needles, big cones, 3-needle pine.